with no sound.
Well, how many minutes was that? That wasn't that long.
It was long enough.
Like four
True
minutes,
True came in and said, no sound. Can't hear you. So welcome to another Woods Report.
Yes. I forgot what we even said at the beginning.
You can tell we've been moving. This is really bad.
Our bodies are still tired.
At least we was talking about no light for at least a good minute. Mm-hmm. That took up a minute of not having no light.
That's true, because it seemed dark in here. But it goes back and forth, though. Why is that? I notice it gets light and then it goes back dim
dark
again.
Yeah, we got to probably find.
That's weird.
We probably got to get that light. That I could have did that in a minute of while we were sitting here.
True. That's true. Or I could have gotten it while you was setting up again.
Thank you.
We didn't even think.
You was just sitting there looking.
We're so tired.
He's sitting there like this.
And then when it's time to go on and record, you can go get the light in the drawer. Why didn't I get that while you were setting up for the new show?
This thing. Okay, here we go. Here we go again.
And you made sure we can be heard.
Yes, the thing is going now. So we talked about how we're going to talk about the Golden Globes and about...
You said Donna, what our Aunt Donna asked.
Aunt Donna, she texted and said, did I watch it? I didn't watch it. I watched excerpts from it.
She said she didn't like the
didn't like the host. She thought he was kind of boring or whatever, but... He has a different type of, he's edgy and he has a different type of humor.
Right.
So you got to watch his.
I mean, a lot of the stuff he says, only certain people, like we were talking about Dave Chappelle, they can say it. Mm-hmm. And then the audience will laugh at it because it's true.
But he was good, though. He was good in the stuff he was saying.
Okay.
It was controversial.
Yeah.
The Golden Globes was off last year because they was about racism and stuff.
Diversity.
So he knew what was up when they asked him to be the host. It was because he was black. And he came out saying that. That was his first line.
Yes.
So we'll talk about that and
some highlights from there.
Yeah, but we'll start talking about. And
then I think we just briefly mentioned about how you dog me out about when we do our thumbnail. You saying that my politics and the topics people may not know them.
Right. We put the lady on there because I said for the thumbnail should be people that people recognize their face.
Yeah, but
so I said put her on there because
nobody knows who she is.
Yeah.
I don't even know who she is, but I just need to throw in a politics topic.
Right. So what set us up again on who this lady is?
So again, the View started out with their politics topic, and they mentioned this lady. Apparently she's a representative, Katie Porter. And she just got elected in the role that she's in, which I think is a 2-year term. I'm learning. Those of you know politics and study political science or whatever. You know, there's different levels of Senate. There's different terms, and hers is 2. But she wants to become a senator.
Okay.
In the California state. And right now, Dianne Feinstein, I think is her name, is in that position. And she's older. She's like in her 90s.
So it's about time for her to retire.
Rumor has it that she may step down. She may not be run for re-election. But it's just a rumor. She's never said it. And Katie is, they're thinking prematurely she's putting an ad out there that she's going to run for, a position in which would be that one.
To me,
in the Senate.
If you running, you can put it out there.
I know, but just people are just kind of like, really, kind of be a little bit more discreet about it. Okay. So let's see here.
So popular Democratic Congresswoman Katie Porter surprised some people by making an early announcement that she's looking to move her whiteboard out of the House. Take a look.
California needs a warrior in Washington. That's exactly why I'm announcing my candidacy for the United States Senate in 2024. I don't do Congress the way others often do. I use whatever power I have to speak hard truths to the powers that be. To win these fights, it's time for new leadership in the U.S. Senate.
Now, the seat she's running for is currently occupied by Dianne Feinstein, the oldest sitting senator at 89. And it's widely speculated that Feinstein will not be seeking another term. But since she hasn't actually made that official yet, some people are saying that Porter is making a disrespectful move by not waiting.
All right. So my view is she want to be Congress, go to Senate. That's what you were saying. Not term. She want to be a whole nother office.
But that's a different term, though.
It is a different term, but it's a whole nother office. It's up. It's going up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So my thing is, that's exactly that comment is the reason why I don't like parties. because they do that your turn thing. Oh, it's your turn. Oh, you've been doing this long. And then all the Democrats get together and then the Republicans get together and say, let Bob run. It's his turn. Bob's been out in the field long. Let Bob run. So I remember when Obama ran for Senate in Illinois and they didn't like him. Because he was new, and they felt he didn't have enough experience. He didn't have enough experience, and they felt he didn't do enough butt kissing,
right?
And he didn't put no time in. See, they do that time thing, like you should do this. But then he did that speech, if you remember, at the Democratic convention, hope. He talked about hope, and people loved him, and that the people moved him up above the line.
Yeah, but I think one of the main things that they're talking about this thing with Katie, the few of the ladies at the table said she because it wasn't announced, how she know Diane is not sitting down and not running for re-election?
But even if she was, she could run against her.
But why not talk? Well, why would run against her? So pretty much Diane may still win because Diane's been good in her role.
But if this lady feels like she's better,
she's too assertive, and I think people said she needs to slow down. And then Alyssa said, "Always remember the people who paved the way for you, and the people that are in that position. Kind of like have a sit down with her. Are you thinking about not running again? I like to run for your role," because they both in California, but she never answered the media because she's dealing with the flooding that's going on right now. She said, "I'm not talking about that right now. I'm dealing with what's going on in my state."
See, this person says Porter does not need a blessing from another politician. She needs blessing from the people, which is what I just said.
And if the people elect her, then that's fine.
No, but this is exactly like I said with Obama. He was not supposed to win. He was not supposed to run because the Democrats in Illinois felt it wasn't his time.
But don't you think even with this, regardless of her having the freedom to do it, this is premature. This is 2023. So can you wait until the summer? Why are you doing this in January on 2023 that you're running next year?
I don't see what's wrong
I think she's prematurely doing it, even though she can do it. I just feel like she's doing it too soon. There's stuff going on in California right now. I'm sure Californians are not thinking about who's going to run for that Senate for their state. They're trying to get their houses out of being flooded.
Well,
that's what people were saying. So that's what I'm saying.
Now, if you're talking about California, their house is always flooded.
Well,
and always on fire. If you wait for California not to be mudslide or a fire burning somebody's house down to announce you're going to do anything, you'll be waiting forever.
Okay.
So let's just throw that out there right there.
But that was basically it. That was just their opinion on it. Some of the ladies at the
table. So what did they say?
Care.
So what was the?
Well, Alyssa just mentioned that she may be a good candidate, but she's just got sworn in. You just got sworn in.
Oh, okay, all right.
You just got sworn in. She said. Alyssa said it's not.
Okay, I get it.
That's her opinion. She said, I don't like when people do that.
I agree.
She said, kind of get your feet dirty in where you're at.
I agree.
You're ready to jump to the next level.
That's like you just get hired at McDonald's and you working on French fries and you already looking at the manager going, how can I have your job?
Well, Sarah brought up a good point. It's not necessarily from her position to president. It's just her position to the next the Senate
But that
level.
is a different level.
I'm saying she's saying it's not like she wants to run for president next year. She just says, I want to get to that next level of Senate.
Right.
And that she's still in the same field.
But I agree. If she's just sworn in, now that's a different argument.
That's what Alyssa was saying.
If she just got sworn in, the people voted you to be Congresswoman. So, but then I understand her too. You got to jump. Because if Diane leaves,
an opportunity comes,
you don't want somebody else saying, well, I'm going to jump in. That's 6 years. And I'm not waiting 6 years.
But wouldn't it be nice to hear, I mean, not that it has to be, but if Diane is saying, I'm not going to, kind of like what Pelosi did, I'm sitting down.
Yeah.
Then you can go ahead and jump and do all the advertising you want.
I wonder why these people go long. I hate that. That's why I always wish there were term limits. I feel like there should always be term limits.
I don't think so, because they vote on these positions. So the people really like her. They keep voting her in.
I know, but I don't like that.
I don't like term positions.
You like them to have not term positions.
This position.
You like you to keep running over and over
Diane, again. I think if y'all know the
position.
The positions that Diane is in, don't they elect them? She's elected.
She's a senator, yeah.
So that's fine. I like you to be elected because the people are electing you.
So then in that case, then saying a president, or you just saying for that, but not president. Like if you want to run for president 6 times and people keep electing you, you're gonna be president over and
Some
over
countries
again.
do that.
See, I don't like that.
I don't like the electoral vote though, and how we got that in place, because the popular vote never wins.
And you also got to remember, everybody doesn't vote. So just because these people keep winning over and over again, they just keep winning because those are the same people that vote in their district.
Yeah.
Most people don't even vote. So
that's true.
Remember when in a local election we had Alderman, and he won by 1 vote.
Was it 1 or 2 votes?
I think it was 1 vote, and that's him probably voting for himself.
You know what?
So and it was only like maybe 10 votes. So if you was to go door to door and really ask people who you really want, they probably wouldn't even said that person.
And there was one area,
but they don't vote.
And there's one area in our community that's military, that's blended in with residents. They can't vote. Military, it does not live in those areas.
Yeah.
So the person that was running for that area, it was really down to 5 votes, 4 votes, 3. Because most of the other residents there, they don't vote.
And the total amount of votes was like 10.
Yeah.
So that's not representing. That's what I'm saying. So you got to remember, do these people really represent the people that are that in their ward? Or they just represent the people that vote?
Do you guys feel like, is there a time limit as far as age? Because everybody's cracking on Grandpa Biden. This lady is 89. How old was Pelosi?
True says, I like term limits because some people get drunk with power. I agree. And also, too, with that, True, even though the people keep voting for you, it doesn't necessarily mean you're the right person for the job.
That's true.
It just means that they vote for names. John Franklin. He wins every year because his last name is Franklin.
I like that name.
Yeah. So he's been in there for like 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
And they, like True said, they get drunk with power. They don't have any new ideas. They go with the status quo, and they don't really shake up anything. They just kind of do what they're supposed to.
It's so hard to say that, because with the term thing, you may run into a situation where that person that has been there a long time, they're good.
Yeah.
So their term is up. The next John Doe or Jane Doe is awful.
Yeah, you're right.
So people are like, we're hurting because she can only go 2 terms.
Right,
man.
So I don't know.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, I like the term thing though.
Yeah.
Maybe a break, and then if you want to come back, you can come back and run the following time.
You have to wait for so many years to do that. Before we move on though, I wanted to bring up on The View, they had Steve Harvey on there as a guest. And then Steve Harvey kind of talked about, I think he bought the rights to Family Feud internationally.
Ooh.
I'm thinking of the dude
smart.
is doing, because he said
Steve Harvey making money.
He couldn't do it in the States. But he did it. I know, maybe because they have rights already.
Oh.
He was able to do it in internationally, and he did it in Ghana.
Smart.
And did a first African version of Family Feud in Ghana. But one of the things he said, because we've been to Africa a few times, and he is so right when he says, when you're in Africa, you wake up, you see you everywhere. You don't have to give reason, like driving down the street and you're pulled over.
Right.
You don't have to worry about, is this person going to be mean to me? Is this clerk going to be nice? Is this going to be a racial situation? He said, in Africa, I relaxed. I was seeing all my people, and I saw I love how he said that, because I didn't think about that until my first time in Uganda. When we got off
Hold on for a minute. Can you hear her?
Ma, we can hear you. We can hear you.
She having a full conversation.
And she asked us before the show came on, she said, can you hear me? You can't hear me, right? Do you want me to close my door?
All right, go ahead.
And she having a phone call.
Yeah, so
it's been a long time.
Yeah, I haven't heard from you. What's going on?
The girls are on.
Oh yeah, they're doing a live show right now.
My mother. Okay.
All right, you went to Uganda.
But when we landed in Uganda, first time in Africa, everywhere when we got to that airport, everybody was our skin color.
I went there. It was all black. Yeah.
Yes. And he says, I suggest that everybody go to Africa, especially African Americans.
I agree.
But that I just
and
had
a
to
lot
throw
of
that
people
out.
ignorant about Africa too. They think that it's like in the bush, like you can go to the bush area, but it's city too. It's no, I mean, it's like you in Chicago.
Beautiful,
it's no different.
Beautiful land and downtown areas.
It's big buildings, same thing, guys. They have Starbucks and McDonald's,
nice, big, beautiful
same
homes.
thing, same thing. Yep. So a lot of people are ignorant with that though.
But I wanted to throw that in since we were on The View. So
True says that's a good idea. Wait a couple of years before you can run again.
yeah,
I
give
agree.
it a break.
All right, so Golden Globes. All right. The Golden Globes 2023 recap. Powerful speeches, big wins, and more. The 80th Golden Globes returned to television Tuesday night.
It's a big 80 year.
80 year. 1 year after the awards show was held as a private event due to allegations of racism within Hollywood, Foreign Press Association. Many of the biggest stars in Hollywood gathered to honor the best in film and television at the Gerard Carmichael, as the Gerard Carmichael hosted award show. I don't know what they say at. Okay, then they said the biggest moments. The night's big wins. So I like to do it from the video. The main thing, like I said, when he came out, let me see what True said. I want to go so bad I have to find a travel group. Yeah, definitely go to Africa, y'all. He came out basically and said, y'all know why I'm here, because I'm black.
Token black. I'm the token black.
And we laughed. The whole thing is the people didn't know when to laugh.
Ooh.
They didn't know, should I laugh? Should I not? Because you know, especially white people.
The black people at the table probably like,
well, they kept showing the cameraman kept going to the black people.
Really?
Because every time he would go to a white person, they'll be like this. Like, should I laugh?
I don't even know. Will I offend anybody?
And will I offend anybody if I laugh?
And they'll show me on TMZ laughing
at something.
Yeah.
So they noticed they did focus a lot on the black people.
They got to be scared.
So, well, you don't know because you got to be politically correct these days. Your whole career could be torn apart if you laugh at the wrong joke.
Cancel her movies.
Yeah.
We're not going to see any more of her shows.
So he came out and said that, and then he said, "Let's be honest." He said, "I'm not going to say that the Hollywood Foreign Press is racist." He said, but they didn't put a black person on board until after George Floyd. So he said, so take that and do what you want to do with it. He talked about how, I guess the director this year was black.
Oh.
And so he called him on the phone and said, I would be honored if you would host. And then he said, I don't know. He said he was sitting there drinking his tea, and he was like, I don't know. Carmichael was drinking his tea when the guy called him.
Okay.
And he said, I don't know. He said, look, we're not asking you because you're black. We're asking you because you're intelligent, you're charming, you're funny.
Okay.
Yeah, he said all of that. And then Carmichael said, yeah, but he's black. So how would he know? Because they probably got him because he black. That's kind of what he's saying. Like, you telling me that they got me because I'm charming. They got you because you black too.
Thank you.
That was funny.
Hey, black guy, go ask the other black guy.
Yeah, go ask the other. And then why the black guy?
We got you black because you're black, and you can go talk to other black people.
So then his publicist called him and said, Helen, I guess Helen is the one that's over the board or whatever for them. They want to meet him before the thing and talk. And he said, no. I'm not mean, y'all. I know what a trap look like. Because you know they're going to bring him in there and say, don't say anything. You know how that... He said, no.
Listen, can't do this, can't do that, can't do
and
this.
he said, what they going to do if I don't meet him? He said, they're going to fire me. I'm the only black host they've had in 80 years. So he said, I'm unfireable.
They never had a black host in 80 years?
He said, I'm unfireable. And everybody started laughing. So he basically was edgy.
Yes.
He was edgy the whole night.
Okay.
He said some things that people might say is controversial. They came back from commercial, and he said, welcome at our venue. Let me tell you about our venue, the hosting us. He said the same, Beverly Hills Hotel, the same one that killed Whitney Houston.
How did the hotel kill her? She died on her own.
Well, you know, controversy. People were saying that was a whole setup, the whole thing.
Oh, please.
So that was funny.
Okay.
He made a comment. Tom Cruise had turned in his Golden Globes.
Oh,
gave them back.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't want it. Probably because of the whole thing. You know, Tom Cruise.
Okay.
He got a black son and stuff. So he probably was like, I don't want to deal nothing with racism. Take my Golden Globes. So then he came out with 3 Golden Globes and said, these are Tom Cruise's Golden Globes. and he said, I think we should trade him until we get, and he named Shelly back. Now, Shelly is a woman that, do you remember Raymond? Everybody loves Raymond. Is that Raymond? No, not Raymond.
Oh.
What was the one, the wife that was in Scientology? She best friends with Jennifer Lopez. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Rima, whatever her name is.
Okay.
She got out of Scientology.
Oh,
and
that's
she's
right.
been going,
She sat out.
and she's been on a thing against it ever since then.
Exactly.
Exposing them, and giving people
some
information.
issues with that.
So apparently, this lady Shelly, I guess, is married to the high guy up in there. Nobody's heard from her or seen from her since then.
Oh no!
And he came out and said, because you know Tom Cruise is Scientology.
Exactly.
He said, let's trade these for the freedom of Shelly.
You know,
a couple of people didn't get that joke. That was in there.
Oh.
He also made a comment about Rihanna, because Rihanna was in the audience.
Right. What was she in the audience for?
Music for that song.
Oh, that's right. Because she's going to be doing the whole football thing.
Super Bowl. And he came out, he said, I'm going to say something controversial. And she was like, oh, Lord, what he going to say? He said, you take your time and you do your album whenever you want to. Don't let these people bully you into doing your album. She ain't did an album in like 10 years.
Okay.
So her fans is mad. Don't be telling her to do that. We want her to do an album.
Okay.
So that was controversial. So he had a lot of controversial things.
Man.
A lot of controversial things.
Okay, well, some people were still uncomfortable to laugh.
Yeah, they you know, this lady here, I know you've seen her in a lot of stuff.
But you know what? Before you even go further, there was a comment that you made about the person that the director or whatever over the Golden Globes, the black guy came to him and asked him to be a part of this to host it.
Yeah, Stephen. Yeah.
I used to remember some of the sitcoms and some of the shows, and even in real life, there would be white people, white owners, CEOs, whatever. They would hire minorities in high positions
to fire people,
or hire.
Well, that's what we think
they
happens.
Specifically hire a black woman or black man to work with the black people that work with them.
Yeah,
because they don't know how to.
You have to have a foreman. Well, you don't want a big thing. You have send the black foreman out there.
I hired you, black lady, to be over all the maids.
Yeah,
and you talk to them and direct them and where to go,
and tell them fire them if they need to be fired.
Exactly. Okay.
So anyway, let's see. The top acting awards were spread across 4 different films. With Elvis, that guy won. Mm-hmm. He still sounded like Elvis when he went up on the stage.
He did.
Anybody notice that? I felt like he was Elvis.
He's carrying that character with him.
Keeping that, unless that's how he talks. Unless he talks like
he
that.
He is really playing that character.
And Priscilla and what's her name was at the table?
Oh, the wife and the daughter?
The one that married Michael Jackson. What's her name?
What is her name? Elvis's daughter.
Oh, why we don't know her name?
That's a shame.
Priscilla and what's her daughter? His daughter's name?
They married Michael Jackson. You don't know?
Oh my
Michael
God.
Jackson is your main
I'm tired right now. That's why.
Oh wow.
Let me see.
Our brains are not thinking like why we had to start our show over because we didn't have sound.
Yeah, our brains is gone right now.
Wow. Priscilla and
Lisa Marie. Okay. So Lisa Marie and Priscilla was at the table, and I think Lisa's daughter, because she looks just like her, was at the table.
Oh.
He thanked them. Mm-hmm. He thanked all the people, you know, that helped, the producers and all of that stuff. Uh-huh. He thanked Denzel Washington, and everybody was like, "Why is he thanking Denzel Washington?" I didn't know he was in that play with Denzel Washington.
What play?
On Broadway.
He was?
And he said Denzel Washington helped him in his career. He spoke up for him.
Oh, that's sweet.
And that's how he got this role. So, Denzel Washington.
Thumbs up to you,
So,
Denzel.
he thanks Denzel. Okay. And then he thanked Elvis. Okay. And then he told Elvis, I love you. Elvis has
left the building.
Dude. Elvis is gone.
Do you know he's left the building? Many buildings.
So
he's left the earth.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of strange. But anyway, I think he still thinks he's Elvis.
Because he was talking like this.
He was talking like this. I like to thank I like to thank Priscilla. I love you, Priscilla.
I mean, not my wife.
My baby girl Lisa. And my granddaughter. I'm sorry, I'm not Elvis anymore.
That cool, refreshing drink.
And I like to give a special shout out to Denzel Washington.
And people's like, huh?
We can't go on now, baby. And he said that.
No, he didn't.
They started playing him off at the piano.
Right.
And he said, you could at least play Suspicious Minds.
You know.
Yes, he did.
Said that.
Yes, he did. We can't go on now, baby. They just play the music.
So he was that long, huh? Because when they playing the music, that's it.
And he would say you could have played him off with Suspicious Minds. But I thought he looked like Brad Pitt.
Oh, really?
He even said that's his
people mistaking him for Brad Pitt.
He even said that's somebody that's like who he looks up to. He looked over at Brad Pitt.
That's not tall.
And I thought to myself, he's not. Brad Pitt is probably smiling, but thinking to myself, yeah, young bucker, you taking all the roles because I'm not Brad Pitt anymore.
Old.
But I think Brad has fit into where he needs to be.
Yeah, he's playing middle-age roles.
He's playing older roles, but he's still good-looking guy.
Exactly.
Of course, everybody that went on the black women went on stage loved Brad Pitt.
Oh, really?
What's her name? You know her some name that was in Girls Trip.
Oh, Jada was in it.
Not Jada, not the you know who I'm talking
she
about.
Has the same name as. Do they get her mixed up with?
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. She hosted Regina Hall.
Mm-hmm.
She came up and did her.
She got an award, or she gave
no.
one?
She was given an award. I'll tell about her controversy too.
Ooh.
But when she came out, she said, let's stop for 1 second. She said, you announced me wrong. I'm Mrs. Pitt. And everybody started laughing.
You know what?
And they showed Brad Pitt, like, he was smiling. Yeah.
Because she was looking for a husband at the Academy.
Well, this one she looking. That's why I'm like, every show she looking for a husband.
She's still looking for a man.
So Brad Pitt, they made it, that was the joke on there.
Okay.
Kevin Costner won, and he wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
So she went on to joke about that, and that was controversial.
He won for that
some
TV
people,
show that he's doing, that movie that he's doing on
Plain
TV?
Land or something. I don't know, whatever it is.
Okay.
But he won, he wasn't there. And so she had to read the teleprompter.
Mm-hmm.
And it said something along the lines of, Kevin wished he could be here. She started laughing. And she said, in other words, she was saying, if he wished he could be here, he would have been here. And then the other one was, the reason why he's not there is because of the floods, like you said, in California. And he has to stay in his house in Malibu.
To let it, so he won't float away?
Yeah, he has to. And then she laughed at that.
Okay.
Let's feel sorry for him that he has to stay in his house in Malibu.
His mansion.
Let's all say a prayer for him. So then later on it came out, he actually did a video that she didn't see. They roads was all washed up, and it was an emergency where they had to shelter in place.
Yeah.
And he couldn't even go, I think, pick his daughter or something.
They said that on The View. It says it's real bad.
He said, but his wife, they was ready to go. He had her dress and he wanted to go. So people were saying that was wrong of her to say, but she didn't see that video.
Oh.
So it really was an emergency.
But you know what? I think one thing about Regina, she needs to be real careful because she's not a comedian per se.
Yeah.
So I think she should stay in her lane.
Yeah.
Because, she even made a few comments that people was kind of uncomfortable on the Academy.
True said he definitely made the audience uncomfortable. Yeah, Carmichael. Mm-hmm. And did you see Eddie Murphy's speech? I'm getting to that one. Lenore hasn't seen anything, so I'm giving her a rundown.
This is all fresh new to me.
So that was the controversy on Regina.
Okay,
I'm saying about Kevin Costner thing.
Okay.
Making that comment.
Okay.
All right, so we can fast forward to the end of the show because I gave Carmichael's controversies throughout the show.
Okay.
At the end, Eddie Murphy won the big award, the Cecil B. DeMille Award.
Has he ever won at all?
No.
This is his very first
Cecil
time.
B. DeMille Award. That's the main one where they show your body of work and all of that.
Okay.
Morgan, what's his name? Tracy Morgan was the one that was giving it to him.
Oh, okay.
He said about him having 10 kids. That's ridiculous. He cracked on him having 10 kids.
Have that many kids?
Yeah, Eddie Murphy has 10 kids.
I didn't know that.
He cracked on him
How
for
many
that.
different baby mamas, I wonder?
I don't know. I know at least 4.
Okay.
I know 4.
Okay.
I know the first one, the tall woman. What's her name with the strong face?
Oh yeah, that dated Michael Strahan.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's most of the kids. She has a strong face. That's the first one.
Okay, she had at least what?
At least 5. I think 5 of them.
The big mama.
And then I don't want to spice.
Okay.
I wanna. I remember her.
Uh-huh.
And then the lady he's met with now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, is that 3 or 4? I don't know. Whatever. Okay. But he has 5 kids. So.
Okay.
He may have 2 with the lady now. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. He has 10 kids.
Oh.
So I don't know.
You think what's his name with the turban?
I think he had somebody before the strong faced lady, didn't he?
I don't know. What's his name? With
I don't know.
That was with Mariah Carey.
It's a story on that one. No, it's a story on that.
Oh,
if
God.
it's true, I don't know. I didn't bring it up today because I don't know if it's true or not. But
okay.
The
rumor
Shade
has it.
Room and the other people are reporting Mariah Carey is seeking full custody.
Whoa.
Because she said he don't have time. We said that. But anyway, we don't know though. We don't know if it's real or
Okay,
not.
so-
We'll come up with that story later if it's real. But anyway, Eddie Murphy. Now, True said, did you see Eddie Murphy's speech? So he came up there and he spoke.
What did he say?
He was gracious, said thank you for the award.
He wasn't bitter, was he?
No.
Okay.
He's old now. He's
Okay.
61 now. He don't care.
Uh-huh.
So he made a comment and he said, there's 3 things that I'm paraphrasing y'all. I'm trying to go off memory. There's 3 things that you have to remember if you want to be successful, and these important things. There's 3 things that has molded his life, shaped his life, and made him who he is today. One was pay your taxes.
Okay.
And he said number 2, he said mind your business.
Okay.
And he said number 3, keep Will Smith's wife's name out of your
No,
MF
he did.
mouth.
No, he didn't. He didn't
And
say
he
that.
screamed like Will Smith did. And everybody started laughing.
That would have been the
That's
moment.
the old
That's
Eddie
the
Murphy.
Kodak moment. Okay.
Keep Will Smith's wife out of your mother.
Okay.
mouth.
Thank you. So he had to kind of go off
So
of that.
everybody started laughing, and then when he went backstage, people was like, "Is this Eddie Murphy back?" Because that was Eddie yelling. We ain't seen Eddie Murphy laugh, and
I know.
he said somebody asked him if his laugh was real.
That's his real laugh, isn't it?
He said somebody asked him, "What's the weirdest question anybody has ever asked you?" He said that's the weirdest question anybody ever
Is
asked
that
me.
laugh real?
Is it computer generated or if it's real?
Because they probably think it in the movies and in shows that he's in, he does it just for that. But
Yeah.
his real laugh at home
Yeah.
is not like that.
And they asked him backstage, was that a dig at Will Smith? And he said no. He's just being funny. He said he loved Chris. He loved Will. He's just being funny. And then they asked him, what's the weirdest thing anybody has ever come up, punchlines? Because he has so many movies. He said people do Hercules.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's
Ice
true.
cream. I got some ice cream.
Turn on the red.
Sexual chocolate.
Roxanne.
Right. He said he didn't realize how many catchphrases from so many movies and stuff that people just say all of them, and they come up to him. I'm sure they do the Coming to America thing. Well, he said the sexual chocolate. That's Coming to America.
Sexual chocolate.
Yeah. If
I
you,
believe the children of future.
what would you do if you met Eddie Murphy? What catchphrase would you say to Eddie
my
Murphy?
God.
If you saw Eddie Murphy.
I don't know what would come to mind right away. Maybe
Yeah.
the Hercules one. I don't know.
See, what would you
That's
say?
like a Hercules.
What would you say to him? I think I'd do ice cream. I got some ice cream. I got some ice cream. He probably said, y'all are stupid. I hate when people come
I
up to
probably
me.
won't do a catchphrase because we don't really move like that.
What would I do if I saw Eddie
We
Murphy?
wouldn't do no catchphrase.
What would I say?
I don't even know.
Because he's my favorite comedian.
I don't even know. I think we would just be ourselves.
The lady you like, Abbott.
Yes,
Elementary,
Abbott
she
Elementary,
won.
yes.
They won. They went up
They
there.
brought the whole cast
and she named comedians that helped, that made her.
She did
funny.
some stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
She was on The View. She said that.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that she and Gabrielle and and Chris, what's Gabrielle's husband?
Everybody hates Chris.
No, Gabrielle's basketball husband, Gabrielle Union.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, they all went on a vacation couples, and they invited her. And Gabrielle's taking her under her wing as like she said, I think like my aunt or my mom. I'm not sure because she's younger.
Right.
But I didn't realize that they were. People are connecting with her in so many ways. It's just wonderful.
Yeah. So that was good. So I don't know what I would say to him. True says Jimmy got soul. Oh yeah, I remember that.
You know what?
It's so many things you can say to him now.
But that's if you think
Baby,
to
it's
do it.
cold. What time is it? His oh, boom, 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 boom.
Bunny.
Oh Lord, Bunny falling down the stairs. Boom, 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 boom. Oh Lord, Jesus, oh
Roll
Lord,
Charlie
Lord,
around,
Jesus,
he'll be
Lord.
all right.
Roll Charlie around, he'll be all right.
And
It's so many.
It's unfortunate that his brother passed away.
Yeah,
before
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
You know, not to say they need to be in order.
So that
but
was-
just that he passed.
That was it. This lady, she won. Actress Kate Blanchett winning on Drama Side. She won. She wasn't there, I think. The Banshees star Colin Farrell won. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once starred Michelle Yeoh, whatever, winning. Musical or comedy. She was funny. They started playing her off, and she said, "I'll beat you up."
Oh.
Remember, she was on that Tiger Dragon. She'll beat you up. She's been in a lot of Hidden Dragon, which was very good. Yeah,
they talked on The View briefly about the Golden Globes, how a lot of older actors have won.
She said that. She said
older.
she's 60.
Yes.
Not winning, but she said when you start getting older as a female, you start to realize that it's not that many parts.
Exactly.
So she was grateful to have a part. She talked about coming to America for the first Hollywood for the first time, and them kind of being racist, asking her, "Oh, you speak English?" And she said, well, the flight was 15 hours. I learned on the way.
You know what?
So she was being funny.
She's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Steven Spielberg won. Remember, he did a movie off of his life, The Fabelmans.
Oh, that's right. That guy that played him.
Yeah, he won.
Okay.
He got up there and talked for a while. Then you got Here You Go, House of Dragons won.
Okay.
I have not watched it. I don't know why, because I watched my first one.
What is this about?
It's a spinoff of the show I watched the first time. What was my show?
Not the called Saul one.
No, what was it?
Oh, the Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Oh, this is a spinoff
of
Game of Thrones,
and I haven't even watched it. And I love Game of Thrones.
Why are you not watching?
I know. I need to watch House of Dragon. Okay, but House of Dragon, I might do a thing where I watch it all at one time.
Okay. Are they letting you do that though?
HBO. Oh, you could go back.
Okay.
That one, and then Your Abbott Elementary, like I said. The White Lotus won Best Limited series. The lady who does over that one on that one, she kept coming out and being funny.
Okay.
It's an older white lady. You don't know when you see her. This little Asian boy won. Yes. You know who he was?
He played in
so you know.
They talked about him on The View.
He was in the Steven Spielberg. Raiders of the Lost Ark. That was the little Asian boy in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
They were saying how people's age, they've been in the business for so long. Sometimes things don't really happen until they get older. They used him as an example.
He was in the Goonies. That's right. He was in the Goonies.
Yes. So
I can't believe when he said it, I went, "You the little Asian." That made me feel old. You the little Asian boy that was in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh no, the professor. No.
So Angela Bassett won Best Performance.
Well, she went for that TV, police show.
No, Black Panther.
Wakanda
Forever.
Yeah. Okay, because she's in 911 too.
And first of all, that's the controversy on that one is number one, they shouldn't have killed her off.
I know.
That's probably why they said we got to give her an award now because she can't come back. And she thanked the Marvel comic people for allowing them to do the movie. And even though Marvel comic people did not like that Black Panther, they didn't like it. So you need a pillow under you or something?
Probably.
You don't want to go get one? Mm-mm. That little one?
What little one?
Your little one over there.
I don't think
or a towel, another towel. These chairs are uncomfortable, so we got to get another. We got to get some more chairs. Yeah. She also talked about. She gave us salute to Chadwick Boseman. Yeah, and how his legacy is living on through the movie. I talked about the Elvis guy. This is the Elvis guy.
That's him.
Yeah, that's him. That sounds just like
and
Elvis.
And giving props to Denzel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, that's him. Carmichael actually came and sat down on stage like this and gave some of his monologue.
Talking to some of his monologue.
The best table for him to sit in front of really was this one because that was Brad Pitt and what's his name that's crazy? The director.
That's a lot of people crazy.
Tarantino.
Oh,
so if you're gonna do something controversial, that's the best place to sit.
That's the table to sit. Tarantino.
Yeah, and they was laughing. If he would have been sitting at any other table, they probably would have been like. But Tarantino and them, they more controversial. Yeah, he probably did that on purpose. He knew where he was going to sit.
Yeah, let me sit in front of these guys.
Let me see. Ryan Murphy honored with the Carol Burnett Award. He got up and thanked a bunch of people. There was the Carol, but this Ryan Murphy.
Okay.
So it was just basically, I don't know. I saw bits and pieces of it. Mm-hmm. I did not watch the whole show. I can't say I watched the whole show.
I know on The View they were sharing their comments on it, and one of the comments that Sonny made is she looked at the dresses and all the beautiful outfits because I know what's his name, Rick. Oh God.
We can't remember. Okay.
Billy Porter.
Oh, he thanked Billy Porter.
And Billy gave made people give a standing ovation for one of the first transgender actresses
On Pose.
Poise, yeah.
And she was there too.
And she was there too, so he made people, appreciate her. But one thing that Joy said, Joy's funny. She said, she said the dressing and the gowns and stuff, that just reminds you of the Academy Awards. Can the Golden Globes just be wear jeans and your kind of casual wear? And Sonny was like, no, they should be able to wear beautiful dresses.
You know why they don't? Because they feel like this is a prelude to the Oscars.
And Whoopi was like, I understand, Joy. That's how I dress.
Yeah.
Because jeans, just come relax. And she said, do more cracking on each other like they do those roasts that they do.
Yeah.
More, just kind of like a relaxed setting.
More relaxed.
Yeah. So I kind of see what Joy's saying. You get tired of these little, who has the prettiest outfit and dress and stuff. So,
okay. So let's see what this is real quick.
Here, and I'm gonna say, you know what? Honestly, only because I see Rihanna is here, and I'm gonna say something very controversial. I will actually get in trouble for this. Rihanna, you take all the time you want on that album, girl. Don't let these fools on the internet pressure you into nothing.
It's good. It's all good. Then along came the best gift. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Shut up, please. I can beat you up, okay? And that's serious.
But anyway, I was going to give this speech in Italian, but I'm too drunk because there was no food. The food, when we got there, they were like, the food is over. You can't have any, it was just good drink. So
it's a blueprint, and I followed it my whole career. It's very simple. There's three things. You just do these three things. Pay your taxes, mind your business, and keep Will Smith's wife's name.
So that's what I was saying when
I
he
love
did that.
it. I love it.
And that last part was the old Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
That was stand-up Eddie Murphy.
Yes.
So people were saying, are we going to see him again?
Uh-huh.
And so he was saying before COVID, he actually was coming back. People kept seeing him like practicing and stuff.
Right.
He said COVID scared him. Now he got to try to get back on the horse again.
Yes, it's still out there too.
Now here's Regina.
Hi, everyone. Sorry about this. I think they got my name wrong. Yeah, it's Mrs. Pitt. Brad is right here, so I'm so sorry, honey. No, really, that was really disrespectful. He's angry. Look at him. Comedy brings people together. Comedy gives us all the same laugh. Hey, Brad Pitt. Right there. And I'm gonna pull it together to say that. Okay. Oh, and the winner is Kevin Costner. Yellowstone. Kevin Costner, he so much wanted to be. I always like how they write this. It's like, he so much wanted to be. No, I'm sure he did. He so much. I mean, if he won, I know he would have really won. But you won. So he so much wanted to be here, but because of it's been raining, the unprecedented weather and flooding, he has to shelter in place in Santa Barbara. Jesus.
Oh, Santa Barbara.
No, this is a sad story right now. This is sorry. He's stuck in Santa Barbara. Let's pray, everyone. Let's just. No, that's awful. No.
And he really was stuck in Santa Barbara. I said Malibu, Santa Barbara.
Okay.
And that was the controversy because she didn't see his video before. He really is stuck in Santa Barbara. The roads are out and everything.
But I kind of, for some reason, the way you had told it, it wasn't delivered the way I thought it would have been.
What you mean?
For some reason, watching her delivery, it seems still more playfulish.
Yeah, I made it more
even though
serious.
it's a serious thing.
But you knew she was
really,
playing.
really, y'all serious.
Yeah.
Let's pray.
Yeah.
So I see she kind of went both ways.
Yeah,
on it, but
yeah.
you can still slam her for laughing through it.
Right.
Like people would slam me for laughing when we tell bad
They
incident.
slam anything.
I know.
Wendy said, "Hello, beautiful stars."
Wendy.
Angela was eloquent. Yes.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
No, this is true. This is true. Everyone, we pray and we hope that everyone affected by these storms remains safe. And I'm going to accept that award right there on your behalf, Kevin.
Nobody really knows who we are until we're courageous enough to tell everyone who we are. And I spent a lot of time trying to figure out when I could tell that story. And I figured out when I turned about 74 years old, I said, you better do it now. You better do it now.
All right. So that was it. That was the whole thing with
the Golden Globes.
With the Golden Globes.
Okay.
So,
but I do see what you're saying. I think for me, I wouldn't have slammed her for that.
Well, they were slamming people for everything.
Because I kind of get it. She was really laughing at the fact that she had to read.
Right.
He really wanted to be here. Sure. Man, if he really wanted to be, okay, we understand.
He would have been here.
Yeah, but I see it was still kind of perfect.
So that was it. So Golden Globes. Did you have any other questions with the Golden Globes? That was it. I didn't watch it. But
did we record?
But our aunt had asked us what we think about it. So that's why I was just telling her what I wanted to go through and tell people what we thought about the Golden Globes.
Right.
All right. El DeBarge.
Now, what's the deal on this dude? Well, this is nothing new.
Well, hold on. Everybody relax and calm down.
I mean, come on.
We know the family.
Going on with the family.
I know. But him?
And Dad. Yes,
El DeBarge arrested on drug and weapon charges.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Go ahead.
Now, when you read that, what do you think of? When you think of gun, drug, and weapon charges?
Other than the fact that,
like, what kind of drugs, what kind of weapons?
On drug and weapons charges.
What goes in your mind?
I'm trying to figure out the weapon part of it.
Okay.
It's like, was he carrying a weapon illegally, or was he?
What kind of weapon? You thinking a gun?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right, let's read this. Early Sunday morning, January 8th, while at a gas station, El DeBarge was arrested in Burbank, California. Local authorities took the soulful crooner.
They did.
They crack me up how they write these.
They took the soulful
crooner into custody around 4 a.m. What is he doing out anyway?
When he's taken away, I like the way you comb your hair. I like the stylish clothes you wear. The soulful crooner. Really?
If I was a police officer, I would be singing. All right. According to TMZ at the gas station, officers noticed his expired tags.
Okay.
But after approaching, they claim an expandable metal baton was in plain sight.
Okay.
Considering a baton is an illegal weapon, they began searching DeBarge's vehicle.
It's a baton, like with the
It's a baton,
like with the
what the police
guys
have. Yeah,
like in British when they would
searching DeBarge's vehicle and reportedly found pepper spray and narcotics, which they suspect to be heroin. Authorities also alleged the Rhythm of the Night singer.
You know what? So soulful crooner. Rhythm of the Night singer
didn't have a valid driver's license.
Okay.
DeBarge, 61, was charged with possession of leaded cane or baton possession of a controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia. The singer promptly posted the $25,000 bond and is set to return to court in March 2023.
You need to
first
get
of all,
a darn good lawyer.
First of all, they was after
really make this look bad for the
What
cops.
happened was they saw El DeBarge.
Let's get him because he could have some drugs.
They probably figured it's 4 a.m. in the morning.
Pepper spray.
And they said, this dude, his family has a history of drugs.
Yes.
He has a history of drugs.
The soulful crooner could be have a gun.
How much you want to bet if we search his car, we're going to find something?
Yeah, that's to me, what is that word that they always say, even with our cops are always doing?
It's a big arrest, so it's going to make it look like we really out here doing our job.
They were profiling him.
They was profiling.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that they shouldn't have got him off because they probably ran his license even before they pulled him over and said, went up to him.
But the purpose you
said he wasn't supposed to be driving.
But the purpose that you said was the tags.
The tag.
Really?
Every time I hear
so many crime going on in these different areas and you're going to pull somebody over for their tag.
Every time I hear police officers say they pull somebody over for their tag, it drives me up the wall.
Yes.
How are you pulling somebody over for their tag if you're not driving next to them or behind them?
Thank you. You're following
I'm
them.
on the highway.
Yes.
How did you see that my tag is not up to date?
A cop did that to me, and he wasn't even driving behind me. He was parked on the side. I drove by, and he was far back. How you gonna see my tags and you far back? I just so happened to have them in my glove compartment, and I didn't put them on yet.
It was 4
He felt
a.m.
so embarrassed.
It was 4 a.m. and they saw El DeBarge getting gas.
Let's get some.
And they ran his, I'm telling you, probably this is what happened, allegedly. And they ran his license and said he's not supposed to be driving.
Let's pull him over.
So let's find some reason. Oh, he has a baton in his hand.
What is the problem with a baton? Is that
It's an illegal weapon.
The state that he's in, is that every state?
It's probably California. I don't know. And then once they saw the baton.
Now, pepper spray, he's going to get in trouble.
Right. But the baton gave them reason to search the car. So then he probably drunk. He don't know, or high, or whatever. He just don't know what's going on.
He may not have been high.
He may not have been.
We're assuming. Just like they were.
Here's the thing that people need to understand. Unless you're coming from the airport, don't be out at 4 o'clock in the morning.
That's what time it was.
It was 4 a.m.
Yeah, L, stay home.
Because they're going to be looking for you.
Or L, have somebody drive you.
Yeah, if you got $25,000 to bond out, you should have had a driver.
Have a driver. So you can just relax. They won't be pulling you over for stuff like that.
Wendy says gun charge and drugs, hard drugs, racial profiling. So heroin, they said.
Them. Did they find heroin? They said
they found yeah. But we don't know how much.
Suspect to be heroin. It's not proven that it was.
But we don't know. It could be cornstarch or something. I don't know. What does heroin look like?
What is this baton thing? I was thinking a gun. Weapons charge.
And pepper spray.
Weapons.
The weapon charges.
Okay.
Make me think of a gun.
Everybody, how much have we been screaming and fussing and arguing about pulling those AK, whatever, the ones on automatics off the street and ban them? We've been talking about kids using these weapons to go in and hurt their teachers.
Yep.
A baton.
You gonna pull him over for a baton?
Really?
So that's the kind of thing that make you get mad.
Oh my gosh.
All right, let's keep moving.
Go ahead.
Gunna breaks silence following jail release. It's only one side. Yesterday, Gunna marked his official return in new social media posts. On Instagram, the Atlanta Star solidified his allegiance to young stoner life while calling for the freedom of Young Thug and Yak Gotti. He also left a somewhat cryptic message to his detractors. First of all, you a snitch, Gunna.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you even talking? And I say snitch because I don't believe in snitching.
Okay.
I'm a civilian. So if I tell, that's not snitching. If I see a crime, if I see somebody do something, if I hear something, I'm telling. I'm not in the streets. I'm not part of that life.
You're not involved.
I'm not involved.
Or
so to me, a civilian is not snitching. A civilian can talk to the police. A civilian can say whatever they need to say.
Now,
but if you go in the house with somebody, it's 4 of y'all, and y'all all decide to rob that house, and y'all running away, and one guy gets picked up, and he decides he wants to tell on all the other 3, he's a snitch.
Now, I got another side to that, though. Here we go. I see what you're saying. Because I remember, Wendy, you even said you would tell everybody.
Wendy's a civilian.
No. Let me clear this up, though.
Right.
Think about a civilian.
Okay.
The problems that a lot of the Chicago cops are having in the Chicago neighborhoods is the civilians that live in that neighborhood may know that John Doe down the street.
Right.
If that civilian speaks,
then something happens to
John Doe will find out.
I agree.
That's mama's neighbor, and he's going to come hard. So civilian wise, if you still touch that neighborhood,
that's true.
You got to be careful.
But again, they are going after them because you tell it, not because you snitching.
Yeah.
Snitching to me is different.
Oh, because you're connected.
These rappers, a lot of these rappers think they real mobsters. And they talk about, well, we don't snitch, we don't, snitches get stitches. No, you're not mobsters. You're not bikers. They were talking about how these bike gangs, people get arrested and they don't tell.
Yeah.
Because if you tell, they will kill your whole family.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the mob, the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rappers, what's going to happen?
Maybe they feel like even with the rappers that's becoming like that as well.
It's
The
not.
environment is
It's not.
It's dangerous.
No, they watching too many Scarface movies and they think they real mobsters and gangsters.
So you think he gonna be okay?
Ain't nobody bothering him. And the fact that he went out and shouted out YSL Free Thug. No, you have the nerve to say Free Young Thug when you helped put him in there.
Oh.
They asked him. We saw it on film. Do you think YSL is a gang or a record label? He said it's a gang.
So he was supposed to not say anything though?
Well, for him to get out, he had to say that.
Oh,
so he took a deal. He took a deal.
It's about saving his.
What he needs to do is shut up. Don't shout out YSL. Don't.
So after he made that comment, he don't need to say no more.
Take your thing. You snitched. You did what you need to do, and just live your life.
Go back.
Why you shouting out the gang?
I don't know. Maybe
because he's still trying to put up this thing like I'm still in the streets, I'm still hood, I'm still gangster. Dude, live your life. Go write about something else.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to prove a point. That's
Keep
what
writing.
He's doing
He did a song with DDG called Elon Musk. Go write about Elon Musk. Leave the gang banging and all of that stuff alone. He's not
true to the game, is what you're saying?
He ain't true to the game. If you ain't true to the game, you get out. I feel like this. If you snitch and you take a deal and you get out, you should just be happy you out.
Okay, just go on and live your life.
Just live your life.
Don't say nothing about it. Don't even bring it up.
Because now you rubbing it in their face. And something may happen to you now.
Yeah.
Whereas before they wasn't going to bother you.
They weren't even thinking of them. Okay.
Free Young Thug.
Okay.
And Young Thug is saying YSL is not a gang. And then you get up on stand and say stand in the courtroom and say it is a gang.
Yeah.
So don't say Free Young Thug.
Okay.
You're not helping to free him. All right. True says that's America. You can own 10 Uzis but can't carry pepper spray or a baton.
I got it. I'm still stuck on that baton. I really am. With the way guns are, been arguing about our fourth, what amendment? The fourth?
Yeah.
A baton.
Yeah.
Pepper spray. Oh, okay.
All right, so that was it. I just wanted to point that out.
Okay.
I do believe in snitching. I do believe that there's people who snitch. Some people don't believe that it's snitching. I think if you're in the game.
I don't want to say it like that. I don't believe in snitching. I don't.
Yeah.
But if the opportunity comes where I have to give information and you call me that, then I'm sorry that I guess I am.
Yeah.
So
Wendy says, you still seem to be in your old house. Laugh. Yeah, I know. It seemed like it. I know. We put up more stuff. It'll look a little different. Real quick. Air travel across the U.S. thrown into chaos after a computer outage.
Is this just one airline?
All of them were grounded.
Is this that grid thing that we need to be concerned with?
I'm going to talk about that. True says Gunna needs to move to Wisconsin or something. Thank you.
Iowa.
Wendy says, did you hear about the girl whose body was cut up? A black girl. No.
What city, state was
No, you
this?
got to send us that story, Wendy. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Thousands of flights across the U.S.
Ugly chair I bought. Sit back.
Thousands of flights across the U.S. were canceled or delayed Wednesday after a government system that offers safety and other information to pilots broke down, standing some planes on the ground for hours. The White House said there was no evidence that a cyber attack triggered the outage, which upended travel plans for millions of passengers. President Joe Biden said he directed the Department of Transportation to investigate. Now, how many times, I'm just throwing this in there because we're preppers, how many times did I say, I believe the next big attack will be a cyber attack? Mm-hmm. We don't know if this is a cyber attack, but if it was, wouldn't that be easy to ground all your airlines? Turn off your electricity. These grids run on computers.
People can hack into them.
Your cars run on computers.
Yeah, especially the electric one.
So all you have to do is hack into systems and you can shut things down.
Or even going beyond that. the situation? Was it in Ohio or what city was that where they physically destroyed the
Oh yeah, where they went in there
thing.
and knocked up the
So
grid.
even if somebody don't do it
They can physically
electronically,
go and
they
do
may
it.
go in and start doing
agree.
things to mess it up.
So again, we have a channel, the Preppers, channel. You can see it on our page. We're going to start talking more about these type. I'm getting back to start talking about prepping again.
Okay.
Because you got to be prepared if your electricity goes out, if your computer is hacked, all of that. You need to be able to, you need to have cash, you need to small bills, you need to be
ready.
Even in stores, if they systems is down, you got to use cash.
Right. To pay for that water, milk that you need
You need to have a water source.
Always keep cash in your purse.
All of that.
Or your pocket.
So just telling y'all again, that to me is a hint.
You can't get to the banks if things are shut down. ATM is shut down.
But because of a computer error, millions of people grounded.
But look what's happening. You just said with the Golden Globe. Well, what's his name stuck because of the water thing?
Yes,
the flooding and all of that. They can't leave their home. Can they? So let's say he was prepping. Let's say he had everything he needed in that home that he has. Kevin Costner. An actor. Water. They supply the water, canned goods and stuff. The electricity is out. They have batteries and stuff. Yes.
See? A generator.
And that's just a water flooding. That's just rain.
Yep.
So, okay.
All right. So,
but of the donkey of the day.
Donkey of the day, you know, Charlamagne and DJ Envy is back. Angela's gone, you know.
I was going to say, has she gone?
She's gone.
Are they sending anybody as a visitor each show?
Not yet.
So it's just the two of them
Just the two of them.
Oh, wow.
Knuckleheads. And he still does his donkey of the day.
Okay.
So he gives, Charlamagne from Breakfast Club gives the donkey of the day to MPD, woman accused, I think that's Memphis Police Department.
Okay.
Memphis. Woman accused of calling in sick too much pulls a gun on the employer. All right.
Okay.
Memphis police say a Family Dollar employee who was disciplined for excessive sick days threatened her boss with a gun while customers were inside the store.
Okay.
Denisha Holiday was charged with aggravated assault and 3 counts of reckless endangerment following the incident at the Family Dollar. The manager of the store said that day Holiday sent her a text message saying she wasn't coming to work because she was sick.
Okay.
The manager said after she told Holiday she was being removed from the schedule for calling in sick too much, Holiday showed up at the business with the gun.
No.
The store manager said Holiday pulled the gun out of her right pocket, pointed it at her, and waved it around. Police said there were 3 other employees and customers at the register when it happened. The victim said Holiday put the gun back in her pocket and threw a stapler at her before another employee escorted her out of the store. She said Holiday threatened to shoot up her vehicle before leaving. A couple of things on this story.
Okay.
And the things that he said, I kind of picked up on too.
Okay. Why is somebody going to escort you out though?
Well, that's what we said. First of all, you know they in the hood. Because for somebody to have a gun and the employee, girl, Denisha, come on.
Come on, girl. It's going to be okay.
Why Denisha waving a gun?
Come on, girl. Come on out here. Come on. No, don't worry about it. When we talk about your days getting back on the schedule. Why the gun is in your pocket. Do you think any of us would go near her? 911.
And nobody said anything about the customers. They probably were still shopping.
Looking over there like, what's going on? Oh, okay. I need some milk. And all 3 of the people standing at the cat register looking like, what's going on, girl? You mad, girl?
And if you sick, how you gonna come down to the dollar store and do all of that? You sick.
Wow. Okay.
She was mad.
She was mad.
So he said he certainly understood her being sick and calling in, because what are you supposed to do if you sick?
That girl ain't gonna work nowhere after this.
But he's saying if you sick, they want you. And he's right.
She called in too many days, though.
Right. But if you sick,
no, that's too many sick days. You don't have that many sick days. He just said he was taking her off the schedule. He didn't say he was firing her.
Well, we don't know if it's a he. Is it he or her?
Or the boss, a manager, whoever. It sounded like you were reading, they removed her from the schedule. They didn't fire her.
Uh-huh.
So is that what that is?
He said removed her from the schedule.
That don't mean she's fired.
See, I don't know.
See, what is that? Does that mean you're fired and that would get her upset?
But if you sick, how you gonna come down there and do all of that?
Yeah, you're supposed to be sick. Did Charlamagne say that?
Yeah.
Aren't you supposed to be sick and you gonna come down mad with a gun in your pocket?
Wendy, I checked my email. I don't see nothing. It probably didn't come through yet.
That's funny.
I don't see anything. You said check my email? I checked the email. I don't see nothing. See if it went through.
Sometimes it take a while.
Oh, it does? Oh, it hasn't come through yet. But so that was his donkey of the day.
Big donkey. Because first of all, like you said, she's supposed to be sick.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, or she said, the boss or manager, whoever, said they're going to remove her from the schedule because she's been sick too many days.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know how many sick days they figured. For my job, after 3 sick days, we needed a thing from our doctor.
And you didn't even call in one day, one job.
I didn't. It was my second job, evening job. And I was really sick with bronchitis, really bad. I called in on my day job, but I forgot to call in on my night job. And they sent Federal Express, letting me go.
They sent your papers, Federal
I
Express?
should have went in like she did with a gun in my pocket.
No, you shouldn't. Why would you say that?
Put me back on the schedule.
No, you don't say that.
No, I'm just saying.
If you say that, people not going to think you joking.
What do you mean?
When you say something like that.
Oh, God, no.
And you just got registered. So if anything happens, they're going to say you said on this show.
No.
It don't matter. You can say it.
I'll clean that up big time.
Let me see what you said, Wendy. It came in. Disgraceful brazen monsters. The second woman, Dejanay Jackson, murdered. Shanquella Winter is the right number 3. Is to the right number 3. Okay. The picture was taken a week after the murder back in the States, FBI. Yeah,
We got to read that.
Yeah, this is, these people.
What's going on with,
that Dejanay?
What's going on with, what's her name? That,
Who?
Was that Dejanay? No, what's going on with, what's her name we were talking about that got, that was, her life was taken in Mexico.
That's here. That's what she's talking about.
Oh, okay.
Shanquella.
Oh, Shanquella. Okay.
Yeah. She's saying what's going on with that? There's no new news with that?
No updates?
That's what I'm saying. What's going on?
Are they still investigating?
What happened to the arrest? Somebody was
supposed to come and get what's her name and pull her back to California.
What's going
Mexico?
on? What's Nancy Grace saying? I thought Nancy Grace was all over the case.
Watch her and see. Maybe she's giving updates and we just don't know.
So we need to know what's going on.
Nancy should be close to this case too. She talks about it all the time.
Yeah. So,
okay.
All right, y'all. Oh, she said she's a psychopath. Wendy's saying that lady's a psychopath.
The job that took her gun.
What's her name?
The girl.
This girl.
Oh, well, we talking about 2 different psychopaths. Because the one who was sick, called in sick for a donkey of the day, she seemed like something not right with her either.
I think she made recent comments. I think that's what you're talking about, Wendy. She's not like sad that Shanquella is gone. That's why she probably called her a psychopath. Like she did all of that and it didn't
have no remorse.
No remorse or nothing. So that's sad.
Something's not right.
But we need to find out what's going on even with that. And what's going on with the woman that was fired from MSNBC. Yeah, we haven't heard anything on that.
You said the NAACP.
Yeah, they all wrote letters and
black
stuff.
Officials or leaders.
So we'll look. When we get off, we're gonna look and see what's going on.
And even you said how she came into The View.
Yeah,
as guest with another person that was a guest on the show.
All right, y'all. So that was it. You have anything else? Mm-mm. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you subscribe to our new channel as well. Mm-hmm. Woods Relax Sleep Sounds, all one word. And always believe. Mm-hmm. And that was another Woods Report. See you later.